This episode is brought to you by Redfin. You're listening to a podcast, which means you're probably multitasking. Maybe even scrolling home listings on Redfin, saving homes without expecting to get them. But Redfin isn't just built for endless browsing. It's built to help you find and own a home. With agents who close twice as many deals, when you find the one, you've got a real shot at getting it. Get started at redfin.com. Own the dream.
This episode is brought to you by Netflix. The Four Seasons is back for season 2, starring Tina Fey, Will Forte, Coleman Domingo, Marco Calvani, Carrie Kenny Silver, and Erica Henningsen. After a difficult year, your favorite group of friends continues their tradition of vacationing together, now with a baby in tow. From the Jersey Shore to upstate New York and Italy, their getaways are sure to take unexpected turns where comedy ensues. Watch The Four Seasons, now streaming only on Netflix. If you've ever blasted synth beats from your boombox or burned CDs for your besties, this one's for you. As people get older, much like their music tastes, their health needs change. AG1 is the simple daily health drink designed to deliver over 75 essential daily nutrients and pre- and probiotics to support energy, digestion, and mood, so you can make the most out of every decade and dance break. Learn more at drinkag1.com.
Being in a cell is like being in a grave, because no matter what you go through, you going through it alone. You can't, get the real support that you need from your family, because your family don't know half the things that you have to endure in prison. Half the things that you have to just put up with in general. And especially if you have a goal in your head, like, no, I'm discharging, or no, I'm going to make my 1-year review, or then a lot of times you let stuff slide. And letting stuff slide could mean that you're going to get bullied until you leave, because you let it slide. You let people slide. Before we go on, let's give this moment of silence for the ones who aren't here with us today for whatever reason. Let's give this moment to them. Again, this whole week is prison, jail, felon talk. If you've done any time, it doesn't mean that you've done time with me. If you've done any time in general, I don't give a fuck what city, state, because we got viewers from all over. I don't care what city, state, country. If you've been on the yard, or if you know somebody that's been on the yard and it directly affected you, you're more than welcome to come share your story. I would urge you to come share your story, because you never know what your story might do for somebody. Today's episode, yes, is prison, jail, felon talk, but what we're going to talk about is TS. TS is I know a couple months back we talked about being in SHU, which is another jail inside of the jail. Well, we didn't really get into TS, because TS is almost the same as being in jail, inside of a jail. But this one, you aren't even allowed to have clothes. You aren't allowed to have anything, barely even any food. And if you get food, it's gonna come in little bitty plastic, and you gotta give it back. You don't get to take a shower, so you stink. You musty. But the part that really fucks me up is this is an excuse to me. This is an excuse for the men to be able to watch the women butt ass fucking naked. And I'm not saying that you're just like completely bare. Let me clear this up, because you get a turtle suit. But I will tell you this. If they don't have any turtle suits, that just means that you're in the room butt ass naked, and they're just going to cover up your room so no inmates can see you. But they leave the camera on, that way other staff members can see you as well. Now, the excuse is we want to make sure that you're safe. Okay. But why do you gotta make sure that I'm safe while I'm butt naked? You see everything that I do. Okay, I get that. But why can't it be a woman, and a woman only, that's over therapeutic seclusion, especially in a women's facility? It should never be a man that should be able to approach the door even. I don't give a fuck. That's too close to being butt-ass naked. It's, you turn to the side, and if the green suit don't fit you, y'all whole titty out. Maybe even both titties out of one little hole. I think it's very inappropriate that they have male staff members that constantly watch the cameras, that constantly come to the door, sometimes even taunting some of the ladies that go to therapeutic seclusion. Now, we're not in therapeutic seclusion because we're in trouble, yet we're treated like we're troublemakers because we had to go to therapeutic seclusion. It's like, do you want us to get the help, or do you not want us to get the help? Because sometimes they try to make it like they want to help you. Then as soon as you tell them like exactly how you feeling, and what you're going through, next thing you know, there's 2 officers coming in to escort you to therapeutic seclusion, because instead of addressing the thoughts and feelings that you're having, or the doctor or psychiatrist giving you an alternative, their alternative is take them to TS. And they call it therapeutic seclusion, but where is the therapy? No, really, where the fuck is the therapy in it? Because I know back in the day when we were younger and we were isolated from the group, that's like a punishment. And if this therapeutical seclusion is supposed to be helpful to my mental, because some motherfuckers came out of therapeutic seclusion a little bit worse than what they went in. Because who are they in there talking to now? After they was trying to explain to you what they were going through mentally. Now they in here fucked up like, damn, now I gotta keep my mouth shut. I can't even tell nobody what. Now they're in their mind fucking themselves. Now that they don't even want to answer any staff member that comes to the door, because you might be coming to the door to set me up to say something to keep me in this motherfucker a little bit longer, and I still don't get the help that I need. So there's a lot of people that go untreated with their mental health issues in prison, but guess what? They gotta bite their tongue. Because if they show they real mental issues that they going through, anxiety, depression, if they show that to any other person on the yard, no. They're gonna be, It's not a good look. And it's not even that it's not a good look. It's just not a good look. People will try you all because you're going through something mentally. And if a staff member doesn't like you, they will purposely put you in situations to where people look at you like you're a weak link. So you can get tested. It's sad as fuck. Therapeutical seclusion, to me, I feel like there should be a therapist that actually comes and do therapy for you. One-on-one. Therapeutic seclusion, it should mean one-on-one with my therapist. Or a therapist that will listen to my grievances without making sure that I stay in this bitch longer. I'm literally trying to get this off my chest so it doesn't eat me up inside. But whenever I let it out, you making it scary. You making me seem like I'm being punished for letting you know what's in my mind and heart. I don't want to let these other inmates know so they can think of me as weak. Instead of you even giving me the encouragement or exercises to do to get through that moment that we're feeling, we get punched all the way the fuck down to the ground. We feel even more secluded. We feel even more mentally disturbed. Because where was the help? I know some staff members that literally would get on my mic when I was in therapeutical seclusion. Literally would get on my mic and tell me to stroke my pussy. Which is how I know how they are inappropriate in that motherfucking bubble watching us in therapeutical seclusion. Oh, I know you in there naked. And what can we say? Oh my, come to the... By the time somebody run over there to try to hear what's being said, number one, it's not recorded. Number two, who's gonna believe you? Number three, who the fuck gonna believe you still? They not gonna believe you. If they tell you that you being put in there because you hear voices, and then you tell them a few hours later, one of the staff members came through the microphone and told me to stroke my pussy, they immediately gonna call you a liar. They're gonna keep you in there some extra fucking days. No, really. Those staff members, some of them motherfuckers, they not getting no pussy at home. They disgusting. And they feel like they can take advantage of us because some of us is going to be like, you know what? I'm going to just do it because you never know what they might bring in. Some people will do it. I'm telling you, I know a lot of motherfuckers that did. And it ain't no shade to you. Do your thing. It ain't for me. I ain't doing it. So, just the fact that we had to endure men getting on the microphone and being disgusting with us while we're literally having a moment and needed the therapeutical seclusion. We might not be getting the treatment or the actual help that we really need, but we damn the fuck sure don't want to be hearing no grown ass motherfucking man coming through no speaker while we're mentally going through it, talking about stroke your fucking pussy. Talking about musty pussy. All type of shit. This is the things that they would say. And whether they thought that it was all in fun or not, it wasn't fun to some of us women that had to endure that still literally have flashbacks about it. It wasn't fun that sometimes when I hear a door slam, I'm thinking that it's the fucking therapeutical seclusion. Sometimes when I see green foam, I'm thinking that it's the turtle suit. Because that's what they do. They give you a turtle suit. They give you a turtle blanket. And it's green and puffy. And it got Velcro on it to put it on. And you better hope that you get a pillow and the blanket. Because if you just got that one turtle suit, you're not sleeping on an actual bed. You're sleeping on a literal slab of fucking metal. And if they are nice enough, they may give you a mattress. But 9 times out of 10, you not getting no mattress. You not getting no blanket if they ain't got no blanket. And you damn sure not getting no pillow. So if you think for 1 second that you're going to be warm, and they turn the cool up even more so when you're in therapeutic seclusion. Or maybe you just don't realize it because there's so many bodies around you. But when you're secluded in that one little room with this green suit, this blanket, and this pillow, if you get the blanket and the pillow. Now, if you don't, now you got to bust open that turtle suit and risk being seen by one of the staff members when they walk by butt naked because the holes in that motherfucking turtle suit so motherfucking big, half of your body gonna be not covered up when you trying to cover yourself up. Half of those motherfuckers, disgusting as it is, they lust so much that not even the mustiness of the therapeutic seclusion pussy could stop them from their disgusting remarks or any of that. Now, for the staff members that actually do it the proper way, salute to you. But the trauma that I still have from that stupid ass shit, and still knowing in my head, like, okay, I didn't get the help that I needed. Because how I felt when I went to go talk to the therapist, before all of this happened, I don't even feel the same. I feel even worse. Most of the people that come out of therapeutical seclusion, they end up cutting themselves even more, acting out even more. Because what's the difference between SHU and therapeutical seclusion? Except, at least, in SHU, you get clothes, bedding, and a shower. Therapeutical seclusion, you don't even really get a visit from any of the staff members, from any of the therapists. They'll come by one time like, let me see if you're ready to go. Yep, you ready to go. Nope, not today. Like, what? How are you determining when someone is ready to leave therapeutical seclusion and when someone needs to stay longer? How can you determine that if you literally never walk your motherfucking ass from your office down to therapeutical seclusion to make sure that the people that you put behind that motherfucking door in that butt naked ass motherfucking stupid ass suit was okay? You didn't even check on the issues that they brought to your attention, but you wanted to make sure that they was in therapeutic seclusion. Not even. And imagine that they said, hey, I'm coming to tell you that I've been hallucinating, seeing the man that raped me. And then you put them in therapeutic seclusion. And the men that's watching them butt ass naked after they've already been sexually assaulted and they're already thinking about the man that raped them. You put them in front of a bunch of fucking men, some of them just as disgusting as you could ever fucking think, being disgusting in that motherfucking microphone because who's recording, who's going to catch them, and if they in that bubble by themselves, who's going to be able to witness? Nobody. You put them in a more fucked up ass position than they came in. And wonder why people lose faith in the judicial system while they're inside. Like, they even lose faith in the staff members because no one is willing to stop another staff member when they see them doing wrong. No one. If they see another staff member wrongfully accusing an inmate or wrongfully abusing, wrongfully writing up, they're not going to stop them. They're not going to check them. They're not going to stand 10 toes like we would do. They going to let they motherfucking people slide. And us as inmates, man, it affects us so much. Because when you let an officer slide, you can end up having an Amanda Lane. When you let officers slide, you can end up having another rape situation that's caught on camera, recorded. When y'all let stuff slide, yeah, you're going to end up with officers with condoms full of sperm and some of these girls' ice chest. Accountability needs to be taken all the way around the board when it comes to the penitentiary from the staff members to the nurses to the kitchen. It makes no sense why somebody should be in a therapeutic seclusion when there's nothing therapeutical about it. They being doped up and butt naked and frozen in a room. What is that doing? Nothing. If y'all talking about true rehabilitation, it's definitely not in the penitentiary. It comes within. If it's what you want to do. If you want to rehabilitate. Not because a class was put in place for you to move forward into being rehabilitated. No, but only because your own free will. Only because it's what you want to do for yourself. You want to make sure that it happens. I want to make sure that I'm successful in prison and leave and have a good job and this and this and that. I need to go learn a trade. Ain't nobody gonna put you in school. You gotta put you in school. And if you're not getting the help that you need if you go to a therapist in the prison, trust me, you only get one time to fuck up with an inmate on a yard when it comes to their mental health. You only get one motherfucking time to fuck up. And I promise you, you fuck up that one time, there will never be any trust, anything. I'm talking about no emotion, no nothing towards, I don't give a fuck if you a staff, and you don't want an inmate mad at you. I'm sorry. I know y'all probably well, you just an inmate and we staff. Yeah, but this is the thing. Is you never know what can happen on the yard. And you don't want to be on the wrong side of an inmate's feelings, heart, whatever. Because if they see a riot is going on, you never know who might take that opportunity to take you out. Or somebody might be already taking you out and you might need to be saved. And the only person that's right there to save you is the motherfucker that you treated like shit the whole time you've been an officer. So you, as an officer, should really be kind to the inmates because you never know when you might need them. And thinking that you will never need an inmate as an officer is pretty wild. Because there's some pretty wild things that go on in a penitentiary. And there might be that one person that hits the yard that doesn't give a fuck about your life or theirs. They might not even care about anybody else's life. That the only thing they might care about is revenge. I mean, look up some of their charges. You got to really treat people good. If y'all talking about therapeutical seclusion, I'm going to need some real motherfucking therapy in this bitch. Not being put in this dumbass room, butt-ass naked. Therapeutical seclusion should be real therapy, one-on-one. Come to the door and sit at that door for 3 hours. Do me a 3-hour session if you got to. I'm in there 24/7, 32/6. I'm not leaving. So you should at least you made time enough to make sure that they put me on a movement sheet to TS. Now I need you to make time to come to TS to make sure that my mental health is moving in the right direction. I'm just saying that's not too much to ask for. But it is too much right because it's not happening in the male facility or the women's facility. I know hell of motherfuckers that could tell me and tell you right now that they felt worse after they left. And I also know people that didn't survive after they got out of therapeutical seclusion because they killed themselves. I know people that didn't survive because they was calling out for help. And all you could do was put them in a therapeutic seclusion room. And then when they finally got out, they finally relieved themselves. And it wasn't the way that we would hope for. But if you are an inmate and you're in prison and you're going through a mental health issue or crisis, it's not safe to talk to the therapist that's on the yard, because 9 times out of 10, what you say can and will be used against you. And it's a possibility that you might end up in therapeutical seclusion. And that's the turtle suit. And you get no real help there. So if you going through something, your best bet is journaling. Journaling. And kind of disguise your journal. That way, if you ever get into it with somebody, they don't steal it and see your true feelings. Even if you got to write in the journal and then rip the page out and flush it every time. Make sure that you get whatever's on your heart out, because it will eat you up in that penitentiary. And especially if you have a lot of time, do it the right way. Clear your own mental health. Meditate on your own. You don't even got to do it out loud. You don't got to make yourself noticeable to everybody. You're going to learn that not a lot of people care if you okay or not. Just like people can see you getting beat up on the street and keep walking by, or see you homeless and keep walking by, they do the same thing on the yard. They will keep walking by you. They see you crying and carrying on, and if a motherfucker ain't in the church or one of your friends, you best believe that you will be sitting there crying until the yard closes. So, I know mental health issues are a big thing on the yard, and they get no help, no real help. You know, I just wish it was better, especially when it came to that, because it probably would take the women and men further than where they are mentally, because we come out mentally fucked up. And if maybe we would have been practicing or working towards having a good, healthy mental health life, then a lot of us will probably be better. Not saying that we aren't. I'm saying mentally. If you're just now tuning in, it's the Couch Chronicles, where it ain't no fucking limits. I do this every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday from 8 Central Time, and every Wednesday and Friday from 9:30 a.m. Central Time. Follow Couch Chronicles No Limits on Spotify, Apple, Pandora, THA Couch on Facebook, TikTok, Big O, Thread, Favorite It, Lemonade, Fanbase. Did I say everything? TikTok. You said they should have therapists and life coaches. They really should. Real ones, not ones that just want to put you in a room by yourself, butt-ass naked and vulnerable. I will be back on tomorrow. As you guys know, the Thunder lost last week, so we will be back on regular schedule. I won't lie, I'm not feeling really good today. I was in the hospital earlier this morning, and let's just say, fuck lupus. Okay? Fuck lupus. And I will see you guys tomorrow at 8 Central Time. Yeah. Tomorrow's Tuesday. I love you guys. It's the Couch Chronicles, where it ain't no fucking limits. Again, this whole week is Prison Jail Felon Talk. Thank you, Ken. Love you. Prison Jail Felon Talk. So make sure that if you would like to be a live guest, if you're in the Oklahoma City area and you want to come sit on the couch and let's talk about it, let's do it. If you want me to pull you up on a live, let's do it. It's the Couch Chronicles, where it ain't no fucking limits. I love you guys.